What's going on? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through why you need to be pouring your heart, your mind, your soul, and why I'm so passionate about making this bread, getting money, why everything is better with money, and why you can't stay in the matrix, why you're not going to be able to live. So back behind me is the average American. This is the average American expenses and the average American salary and the average American debt. The average American is $103,358 in debt. Average. Over six figures in debt, and the average American makes $59,000 a year. You can't be trapped in this because here's the average expenses. The average rent in America right now is $1,474 or $17,000 a year. The average taxes, and this doesn't even account for most taxes like sales tax, tax when you go buy groceries. This doesn't account for that. The average taxes is $20,000 in taxes a year. If you don't escape, you're going to be stuck in paying this stuff with this salary. You're not going to be making money. The average car payment is $1,000 a month with insurance, with all the extra stuff. The average car payment is around $600. If you factor in insurance, you factor in all that other stuff. Around $1,000. $12,000 a year. Food and water, groceries. If you're eating for cheap and you're getting low quality food, you're going to be at $412, right? That's the average, what the average American pays for food. I recommend that you go all out. I buy bison. I buy rice. That stuff's expensive. Rice isn't, but bison, high quality meats, grass-fed, grass-finished meats, stuff that's going to make me healthy, stuff that's going to make me happy. Steak, it's expensive. It's not cheap. The average is $412. When I was in college, I was eating steak every night. I spent $3,000 in a month on steak. So the average is $412. You're probably spending more than that if you're healthy, if you're self-developing, if you're getting the right stuff in your body. The average healthcare is $500 a month. The average is $500 a month. So overall, the average American expenses is $61,151. That is more than the average salary. So if you don't make more than $59,000, you are not going to be able to live. You're going to be losing money every year, and you have to escape the matrix now before it's too late. Because these expenses are only going up. These expenses are only going up. This doesn't even factor in anything that you spend in the business. More businesses are failing than ever right now. And if you don't execute on a daily basis, you will never, ever make any money, and your business will fail. And I don't want to see you fail. I want to see you win. Because when good people win, society changes, and we fix the world. So we have to fix this. And I want to start speaking up more about this because most people don't realize this. Everybody harps on people like me and people around me saying, oh, why do, the average Gen Z still live with their parents? They can't afford the rent. If you can't afford the rent because you're not making any money, you're never going to make anything in life. You have to escape this now. And if you don't pour your heart, your soul, everything you're doing, if you don't sacrifice for your goals, this becomes a sacrifice. Living with $0 in your bank account, losing $2,000 a year, not making any money, not having any money for luxury, any money for entertainment, that becomes a sacrifice. If you don't want to live like this, you need to escape the matrix. You need to get in a place where you can live freely, where you don't have to be reliant on the government. You don't have to be reliant on people to pay your $60,000 a year. You need to be making way more than that. And the average American who's making $100,000 or more is still living paycheck to paycheck. It's like over 60% of people making over $100,000 is still living paycheck to paycheck. You need to be getting at least $10,000 a month. That's the bare minimum. Like if you're not making at least $10,000 a month, you can't survive. You should be putting around, this doesn't include any investments. So I recommend you spend, I put 50% into my war chest, which is my investment account. If you're not making at least $10,000 a month, you're never going to be able to invest anything. You're never going to break free. You're going to be stuck in the system for your whole life. And so if you're still sitting there watching Netflix, you're still sitting there watching football, not sacrificing that kind of stuff, and you don't care, that's okay. Just know that you're losing money every year. You need to be sacrificing everything you have to get this, because if you don't, you will become the sacrifice.